Okay, so some games have actually started. So let's take a look at these games. Some of the games have started, so let's take a look at these games. No talking. Okay, Cylinky versus TT Ball. Okay. Already with the blunders. Yeah, just a simple trick and then everything fell apart from here. So this is an Italian opening, but he played this c3 idea is usually done with the bishop here, but I think he played this with the clear plan. He played a trick is what I'm trying to say, and that's ingenious by Cylinky, knowing that his opponent is weaker than him and he's going to fall for the trick. The other reason most of these guys are falling for the tricks is because they are playing speed chess in a position that you shouldn't play speed chess, which is where most of their issues are coming from. Please, you are not Hikaru Nakamura. Don't play fast. Like, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And this is also not bullet, so your opponent is not under any time pressure. If your opponent is of a higher rating than you, he will find a way. But I don't like the way White has played this. White is still clearly winning, but he's allowed so much. No, that's not the way you should. Oh, why did he run away? Yeah, now pawn push is a very scary move, actually. Yeah, like, okay, now I was going to actually shift to another game, but looking at how this game is going now, I think, yeah, this game could go either way. Right? It's very easy for black, to this bishop is staring at a brick wall, unless of course you're going to go all out and push this way, right? But I was thinking I was going to go for like bishop here, then queen in, then bishop here. Like, it's very difficult for your opponent to react to this. You could also have played queen here and then bring the rook this way. That is also a fine idea. Yeah, so now you can see that this bishop is not doing anything. I just want to see what happens for a bit, then I'll go on to the next games. Other games are actually going on right now. A lot of games are going on right now. I just want to see what happens in this game for a bit, and then I will move on to the next game. Some guys I didn't check the last time, I will check them. Yeah, so he's going straight for the idea. And the way to stop this usually is to push your pawn, but this pawn just sucks. And if you play, for example, pawn push takes, and then you try and play bishop takes attacking the queen, just takes the check and you're dead. Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing how Cylinky deals with this. He's allowed too much. He shouldn't have allowed all this. A lot of games are going on. Okay, ignore it. Ignore it. You're going for checkmate. So rook here. This is where you have to ignore. He's a lower rated player, so he might trade, which is wrong. Just play this move. You have the chance. If your opponent decides to take your bishop, you have checkmate. So you always have enough time to take this bishop. It's not now you have to do it, okay? Not just because the trade exists doesn't mean you should trade. It's something you should know. So just rook here. That is slow. Yeah, and you allow your opponent to defend. Oh, but it's still not over. Rook here still makes sense. Rook here still makes sense. So play rook there. Yeah, very nice. But your opponent can defend, yeah. So that's what I mean. I don't like the way he went about it. So I still think I think White holds here. So I'm going to another game. Is Nigel playing against Kenzikage? Yes, Nigel is playing against Kenzikage. So let's see. This game has actually started first, I think. It's, yeah, Cylinky was winning clearly, but then he made a very big committal decision there. Takes here. Yeah, that sacrifice works. That sacrifice works. Wow. So now rook here, rook here, rook here. Yeah. You could also play this, I think. No. Rook here, rook here. The king can't run away. No. Rook here, aiming to trade. The king can't run away anywhere, and your opponent can't block with his queen. So if you simply played rook here, how does your opponent defend? There's no defense for your opponent. There's no absolute defense for your opponent. He just has to accept that his position is lost. Right? So what is he going to do? Knight, like, there's nothing he could have done. Yeah, there's nothing he could have done. So this move is wrong. I get what he's aiming for. Yeah, okay. Yeah. He sacrifices the queen. I mean, you are losing that. So just take the queen. Take the queen. Take the queen and then go for your mate. The best thing to do is to take the queen. Just take the queen. Don't do this. Just take the queen. The reason you take the queen is because you are adding another piece into the attack. Excellent. Yeah, so now Cylinky is losing. You shouldn't allow this much play for your opponent. You should not, right? The pawns were coming in. He could have traded them off or kept the tension in the position. Instead, he kept pushing pawns and locking the position. right? And that just speaks for itself. About what did he just? Oh, okay, checkmate. Yeah. the upset, the complete upset from Lichess. What Lichess is saying, this is the first time these guys have ever played, and TT Ball takes GameNigel versus Kenzikage. Oh, okay, this game is clearly over. White is completely winning. Yeah, White is completely winning. But just for the YouTube video, let's see how this game went about. We had a d4, knight f6, bishop f4. We had a London system. The London systems are winning. The London systems are winning. I wonder why people don't play the London system. Very nice, very nice. You have to take the bishop. You have to take the bishop. So this is why White is winning. You have to take the bishop. This bishop is key to White's attack. Going for this is a wasted move, right? And why did he go about it the way he went about it? Why didn't he just yeah, but he could have taken, actually. Yeah, he could have taken. So I wonder why White didn't take after Black took. But anyway, takes, bishop takes, attacking the queen. Black was doing fine. So how did Black mess up? Again, the answer is simple. White played the London system. That's the only reason. Black was clearly winning. So what happened? You can't castle here. Oh, he allowed the taking of the knight. Okay, you takes. Yeah. Bad conversion from Black here. Black didn't understand what was going on in the game, and that's why he's facing the problems he's facing right now. Let's see the other games. AgyemangBenard versus who? AgyemangBenard versus Ni Lama. Let's see. Knight f3, d6. Okay. I've forgotten what this is. This is like a King's Indian attack, if I'm right. So takes. Okay. Exchange variations are very drawish and boring. Okay, everything is standard here, nothing big to report on. Okay, nice. We have an attack. So Black is planning on castling queenside. White is in for a long defensive position. If he can weather the storm, he might be fine. It's very difficult for White to break in the center, actually, if you think about it. Based on the way Black has developed his piece, it's very difficult for White to make his presence known in the center of the board. So it's going to be interesting to see how White is going to save this position. Okay, so he starts by rerouting his knight. A very nice idea. Okay, his opponent is doing very well. I'm really loving what Black is doing. Black has really taken the position in his stead, right? Looking at this list, okay, Ninama has a better win result against AgyemangBenard. I mean, the rating speaks for itself. Yeah, defending here is fine. So Black is making headway. I don't know how White is going to do this, to be frank. Okay, this setup is standard. Okay, it's not a mistake in any way. Most often these King's Indian attack, King's Indian defense, fianchetto structure, you would want to push the pawns like this. It's a very solid defensive position. Of course, it's prone to many weaknesses, but it's a very solid defensive position. I'm looking for ways. I mean, if you could get a rook here and sort of try and get your knight to this square, maybe and just maybe you can get something. So taking your rooks to the open file, doubling up on the open file, he's starting with that, and then getting your knight here might save you the position. Of course, I'm looking at rook coming in here and it stops everything you're planning. Does he really want to go for this pawn push, right? Yeah, don't open up lines towards your king. It's still a bit risky. I think it's possible. A sacrifice is possible, not now, but in the future it's possible. Let me just confirm to see if the game between Cylinky and GameNigel is almost over. No, this is GameNigel and this is Cylinky, right? Cylinky's game is still going on. Yeah, there's a very serious attack coming up. So we have two games with very strong attack. Okay, so where did we leave this game off at? We left this game off at the rook coming in. Okay, so the rook came in, then he pushed. Knight comes in, rook up, bishop takes. Ooh, okay, so that's a mistake by Black. Or is it? Okay, so we already have a resignation. There was a fork here. So White managed to weather the storm and counter attack and then win. Okay, so let's just look at how it happened from where we stopped. So takes here. So exactly what I was saying, you double the rooks, right? Trying to gain control over this square so that you can develop your knights, because your knights are just bad where they are now. So okay, now the king attacks the bishop. Bishop runs away, attacking this bishop. rook takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. Okay, so now things are looking bad in black's position, right? The king moves inward, and now the knight finally steps in. Remember, this is what we're talking about. How can the question you ask yourself is, how can I activate my pieces? How can I create threats? How can I create an issue for my opponent to solve? Or how can I make the best out of my position? And he finds it, right? This is a sign of a strong player. Rook coming in here, so he's really pushing for his attack. The question is, will it work? He's really pushing for this attack. Okay, so now we have knight in, bishop takes. Maybe, okay, yes, a fork, so you have to take. Yeah, so it's either you lose the knight or you lose the queen. Yeah, so he dug his own grave. Where he put his queen was wrong. So the thing is, you should see this variation from here, that where you put the queen is wrong, and it's very hard to see some of these moves. But yeah, so he dug his own grave by where he put his queen. So this position was fine until he played this move, I think. Okay, Paolo is not playing, so let's look at Maxwell so we can either laugh at him or support him. Which one do you guys? He hates the London system, so I don't like him as well. We have a Petrov. Okay, this is not what you do. You play this, if I remember. You play this before you come and take. But anyway, takes, pawn push. And now simply white is up a pawn. Maybe this is a variation, I've never seen it before. Aggressive. Everybody's playing aggressive. I'm noticing a style between all of these guys. It's a pattern, I think, now. Yeah, he was threatening to push the pawn forward. Okay, retreat, and now you can keep on advancing in the center if that's what you want. No. Okay, kings are staying in the center, then pawn push. Okay, very nice. So white has very good control over the center. I remember the things that make up a chess position are space, time, king position, piece activity, and space, time, piece activity, imbalances, material imbalances, and king safety. So right now white has the spatial advantage, but black is more active. Funny. So okay, I don't get where he's going with this move. You should push where your advantage is. Maybe now you can castle hide your king, but I think both kings are planning to stay in the center, so he's playing to that strength. Okay, so takes here, and then you lose that square. Okay, so that was a mistake by him, right? So here, I mean, there's no way he could have defended the whole thing. Okay, you could have pushed your pawn forward, but you're weakening your pawn structure the more you push your pawns forward. Anyway, so now he develops his knight in. Sneaker Lord is going to lose by disconnection, so we can stop here. So this is the position that we got to now. Sneaker Lord managed to gain back his pawn, but then he disconnects and loses. I don't know if there's something for disconnections, but if there is, I don't know anything about it. So, okay, next game, Hakeem Bako 1. Hakeem Bako is 1, I think, in 3. I don't know. Yeah, so let's look at this game again from the beginning. I always have to go from the beginning so that we know exactly what's happening. I could just skip, but I want us to follow through. Okay, we have a modern opening. Okay, he's playing sort of like a hedgehog. And this is a very technical opening to play for black. If black is 1500, right, that's like 1300, real 1400, right? This is a very technical opening to play, but let's see how he handles it. Okay, castles, takes. Maybe taking with a knight would have made more sense, but I digress. Okay, so knight takes, bishop takes, the knight drops back. Yeah. Okay, now the queen has to. Ouch. So this one thing I usually tell you guys. Whenever you see a rook on the same file as the queen, don't say, oh, there are 3 pieces in between. Run away. Run the hell away. So this is just done, right? I don't need to analyze this anymore. White is completely winning this position. This attack doesn't do anything. You just push the pawn forward 1 square. 2 rooks versus 2 rooks equal the queen. The rook is better than the bishop. This is completely winning for white. Let's just make some moves and see what's happening. Yeah, completely winning for white. There's nothing black can do. He's even allowing him to make another pawn. Yeah, that's not how you do it. Yeah, you just yeah. This is no need to look at this game again. Gideon Einstein takes this game completely without problem. Benson is not playing in this tournament. GameNigel versus Kenzikage, game 2. Yeah, this game too. Kenzikage won the first one. The underdogs are winning today. The underdogs are winning today. Okay, another attack. Okay, the first game ended in a strong attack. Second game, another attack. So we have rook here, and if queen comes in here to defend, you have knight here. Yeah, so that move, that okay. So I like that defense. That makes more sense. How else can white? I mean, black can't counter attack now. I think it's a very bad idea if black tries to counter attack in this position. I don't think it works. Not yet. Ghana's Legacy versus Yachidme. Yeah, okay, this game, we've not seen this game yet. Let's keep checking out the games. E4 d5. We have a Scandinavian. Okay, he doesn't know the lines. He doesn't know the line. You don't push, you play this move, right? You play this move anyway. It's aggressive, but it's very loose. Your opponent can make something out of that position. Okay, so takes. Okay, pawn push. They are playing symmetrically, like they are playing the same way. Okay, back, pawn push, bishop back. This is a very complex position. I can't really put a finger on who is winning, because if black decides to take this pawn, it's not a good idea. Maybe he's rerouting his knight this way to come this way. This way rather. Oh, okay, he's targeting the pawn, the bishop. The bishop goes back. If white allows black to take this bishop, his position is becoming bad. Okay, you can defend with the you can't defend with the pawn. Yeah, so just retreat with your bishop. It's not a bad idea to retreat sometimes, because if you allow this to be taken and you try to defend this way, you simply have bishop takes, and after maybe knight takes, you can't defend this position anymore. Okay, am I with the game? Yeah, I'm with the current game right now. So the person who we expect to win is Ghana's Legacy as black, though the game could go either way as it stands now. He's allowing the takes. I don't agree with this move. Yeah, I would take. I would definitely take. Right, so knight takes, bishop takes, then knight takes, and now you are staring down at okay, maybe bishop takes is not where you want to be. Okay, but knight takes is fine. Yeah, the rook is in a bad position. He plays bishop takes, okay, and then knight takes, but you can't play knight takes. He paused his pawn structure. Oh yeah, he played, I think this is a prophylactic move. He should have just gone knight takes now, because I was presuming he was going to play knight takes here, opening this diagonal, but he rather plays pawn takes. This is a very bad move for white. Yeah, white didn't play the best move over here. White should have played something else, and now this is a very deadly move. Okay, so this, you have to be careful about this. If you defend this way, knight takes. So what do you do? Yeah, black is completely winning this position. King in the center, but black is completely winning this position. Completely winning this position. Ignore the fact that he is just a pawn. He's completely dominating this position. So now knight takes. Add another piece to the attack. PP on the PP. Put pressure on the pin piece. Excelente. This knight has no forward momentum. Whenever multiple trades are possible, you start trading with the smallest piece, so you have to play knight takes, unless of course there's a special reason you want to take another piece with another piece. Yeah, but black is fully aware of everything that white has. I wish I could do interviews with the players if that was possible. Maxwell, if you're watching the stream, is that possible? I think black at some point has to castle and get more pieces in the game. He wins the pawn. Now this position is very winning for yeah, he retreats. Okay, that was expected. And now you just play a move like this so that you prevent your opponent from saving his position like this, right? You lock the pawns in. Hey Chessmore, what's up? Nice analysis. Okay, sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. Oh, my chat on my phone isn't loading. Actually, I thought no one was in chat. Chessmorph, what's up? Sedag, what's up? Who else is in? Okay, so it's Sedag and Chessmorph are in the house. Okay. Yeah, my chat here was disconnected. So I was looking at chat. I thought there was no one in chat. How are you guys doing? Hey, thanks for the compliment. Yeah, so maybe we want to do this. Who knows? Maybe we want to do this. Who knows? I'm interested in this game because it's very nuanced, right? Despite the fact that white is up a pawn, despite the fact that black is up a pawn, white has the opportunity to do some crazy stuff. That's if white even sees it. The disparity in rating is really going to show. That's for sure. Okay. Okay, I think we should look for another game. This game is going to take a while. Granted, white is doing the right thing by black is doing the right thing by spending time. This position is not like every common chess position. It's very nuanced, so you have to be careful as you maneuver the. Yeah, it's over. White is positionally unsound, very positionally unsound. This is going to be. Please, these are not insults. These are chess words that are expressing the ability of the chess opponents. It's not an insult. I am tactically unsound, so don't take these words to heart. I am tactically unsound, so just take it with a grain of salt, I think. Yeah, so these are very clear weaknesses. If this game ever enters into an endgame, then you understand why I'm talking about these pawns. In an endgame, black dominates this game easily in an endgame, right? Anyway, so let's look for another one yet. Ghana's Legacy versus Yachidme. Yeah, okay, this game, we've not seen this game yet. Let's keep checking out the games. E4 d5, we have a Scandinavian. Okay, he doesn't know the lines. You don't push, you play this move, right? You play this move anyway. It's aggressive, but it's very loose. Your opponent can make something out of that position. Okay, so takes. Okay, pawn push. They are playing symmetrically, like they are playing the same way. Okay, back, pawn push, bishop back. This is a very complex position. I can't really put a finger on who is winning, because if black decides to take this pawn, it's not a good idea. Maybe he's rerouting his knight this way to come this way. This way rather. Okay, he's targeting the pawn, the bishop. The bishop goes back. If white allows black to take this bishop, his position is becoming bad. Okay, you can defend with the you can't defend with the pawn. Yeah, so just retreat with your bishop. It's not a bad idea to retreat sometimes, because if you allow this to be taken and you try to defend this way, you simply have bishop takes, and after maybe knight takes, you can't defend this position anymore. Okay, am I with the game? Yeah, I'm with the current game right now. So the person who we expect to win is Ghana's Legacy as black, though the game could go either way as it stands now. He's allowing the takes. I don't agree with this move. Yeah, I would take. I would definitely take. Right, so knight takes, bishop takes, then knight takes, and now you are staring down at okay, maybe bishop takes is not where you want to be. Okay, but knight takes is fine. Yeah, the rook is in a bad position. He plays bishop takes, okay, and then knight takes, but you can't play knight takes. He paused his pawn structure. Oh yeah, he played, I think this is a prophylactic move. He should have just gone knight takes now, because I was presuming he was going to play knight takes here, opening this diagonal, but he rather plays pawn takes. This is a very bad move for white. Yeah, white didn't play the best move over here. White should have played something else, and now this is a very deadly move. Okay, so this, you have to be careful about this. If you defend this way, knight takes. So what do you do? Yeah, black is completely winning this position. King in the center, but black is completely winning this position. Ignore the fact that he is just a pawn. He's completely dominating this position. So now knight takes. Add another piece to the attack. PP on the PP. Put pressure on the pin piece. Excelente. This knight has no forward momentum. Whenever multiple trades are possible, you start trading with the smallest piece, so you have to play knight takes. Unless of course there's a special reason you want to take another piece. Take another piece. Yeah, but black is fully aware of everything that white has. I wish I could do interviews with the players if that was possible. Maxwell, if you're watching the stream, is that possible? I think black at some point has to castle and get more pieces in the game. He wins the pawn. Now this position is very winning for yeah, he retreats. Okay, that was expected. And now you just play a move like this so that you prevent your opponent from saving his position like this, right? You lock the pawns in. Hey, Chessmorph, what's up? Nice analysis. Okay, sorry, I wasn't looking at chat. Oh, my chat on my phone isn't loading. Actually, I thought no one was in chat. Chessmorph, what's up? Sedag, what's up? Who else is in? Okay, so it's Sedag and Chessmorph are in the house. Okay. Yeah, my chat here was disconnected. So I was looking at chat. I thought there was no one in chat. How are you guys doing? Hey, thanks for the compliment. Yeah, so maybe we want to do this. Who knows? Maybe we want to do this. Who knows? I'm interested in this game because it's very nuanced, right? Despite the fact that white is up a pawn, despite the fact that black is up a pawn, white has the opportunity to do some crazy stuff. That's if white even sees it. The disparity in rating is really going to show. That's for sure. Okay. Okay, I think we should look for another game. This game is going to take a while. Granted, white is doing the right thing by black is doing the right thing by spending time. This position is not like every common chess position. It's very nuanced, so you have to be careful as you maneuver the. Yeah, it's over. White is positionally unsound, very positionally unsound. This is going to be. Please, these are not insults. These are chess words that are expressing the ability of the chess opponents. It's not an insult. I am tactically unsound, so don't take these words to heart. I am tactically unsound, so just take it with a grain of salt, I think. Yeah, so these are very clear weaknesses. If this game ever enters into an endgame, then you understand why I'm talking about these pawns. In an endgame, black dominates this game easily in an endgame, right? Anyway, so let's look for another game that's going on right now. Oh, Buffy is on. Okay, so Amzadams game is on. Nice. Let's look at Amzadams versus Paulo. Which one do you want, Paulo or Paulo? I'm guessing you're going to watch the YouTube, so Paulo or Paulo, which one do you want? Okay, now back to this game. E4. Okay, I'll just continue from here. What do we see in this position? It's not really symmetrical. Okay, so this is very simple. He's attacking the isolated pawn weakness, which is fine. Yeah, he's attacking the isolated pawn weakness. But pawn push is a very good move over here, right? Pawn push, if you take the pawn, if for example pawn push, you take the pawn with your queen, is bad. So yeah, pawn push doesn't make any sense. And now you double up. Which rook do you use? This one or this one? This one's on open file. This one's defending this pawn, so I don't know which one you want to use. Maybe this one, right? Or maybe this one, because maybe this knight is ever going to be in trouble, so you want to play this. This bishop is not doing much right now. Maybe you should threaten to sack this queen, right? Not sack as in sacrifice, sack as in SACK, by playing pawn push, so that you could play this and then disturb this guy. I don't like the coordination for white's pieces. He's playing it in a very strange way. Okay, so now this way. The thing is, if you play rook here, now pawn push is not as scary. Maybe you can play pawn push here. Yeah, I think you can play pawn push here. I mean, why didn't he even play it in the previous move? Right? Pawn push here made perfect sense to me. I wish I could do this thing, but so like the point is pawn push you can't take because you are losing this. That's where my mind is at. That's where my mind is at. I don't think you want to do anything else. And whose games are these? These are the games from a chess group called the Brilliancy Chess Academy. This is a tournament that they are having. So yes, these are the games from that tournament. Yeah, so he's creating the threat I said, right? Like I said, that's a very nice threat. And now white goes here, but it's oh okay, wait, it works. Yeah, because if you play bishop here, right? Yeah, it's either you lose the and now bishop takes, and after queen takes, you play rook takes. Yeah. So bishop takes, rook takes. Bishop takes, rook takes. Don't push your pawn. Bishop takes, yes. After queen takes, rook takes. There's no intermezzo move that works for white here. For black here, there's no intermezzo move that works for black here. So takes here, and now you win. Yeah, so now white is completely winning the position. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Yeah, 4 4. Wait, am I missing something? Yeah, so white is up a piece. White is definitely up a piece. And you should trade. Don't say you're going to do something else. This is a deadly threat, right? So you should trade. Okay, he runs away. Does that allow? No, it doesn't allow that. Pawn push. So how do we build from here? That's the question. How do we build from here? These types of one move threats, I get why he's doing that, right? But it's there's increment. You shouldn't be so scared, right? He's winning, but the question is, where is the win? The thing is, if you try, trade. I would definitely trade the queens. You are up a piece. Trade the queens. Don't think he's trying to draw. Trade the queens. It's not the knight he's attacking. You are up a piece. The more pieces you trade off, right, the stronger your position becomes. Like imagine you are having like 4 cupcakes and your friend has 5 cupcakes. If you both eat 1 cupcake, you are not having a problem with it because you have more cupcakes. But then after you're done eating your 3 cupcakes and your friend still has 1 more cupcake, you might envy his cupcake, right? Because he had more than you. So when you are winning in a chess position, right, by material, not pawns per se, but in pieces, right? It's a rare thing to get, but when you are winning in pieces, it's a very good idea to trade off the pieces. And right now, I love what black is doing here. He's taking advantage of the fact that his opponent is unsure about the position and creating simple attacking moves which his opponent has to react to. And because the opponent is afraid to make a mistake, he's overly thinking about the position, and therefore he is going to lose on time. Chess is many different kinds of tactics, right? Chess is many different kinds of tactics. You have to be aware of each and every one. Now you're losing. That's blitz skill right there. Yeah, that's blitz skill right there. Okay, this is another game that is ongoing. I'll have to cut off the parts that are empty, even though I just leave the stream full. Okay. So okay, this is just up to move 12. Let's see what's happening here. Ludaking again. Every time I see him, he's playing black. What is this? Okay, it resembles my Kolizuka Twat, right? But he played it in the same way Ajavon plays it, which is very interesting. Why didn't he go for the trade? Okay, so white is winning. White is up a pawn. I can't say winning. Takes here. Queen takes, yeah. So white is a pawn up, but what makes this position even better for white is simply because white has a better pawn structure as compared to black. White is more active as compared to black, and that's the basic problem that we have here. This isolated pawn is going to be an issue for him in the future. It's very easy to attack this guy. It's very easy to develop around this guy. So it's going to be interesting to see You don't want to lose your bishop. Yeah, very nice. You should know when you can trade off, right? This bishop is very, very useful because we have an open game, and white king can become easily compromised, right? So bishop e2, I fully agree with. The second reason why you don't want your opponent to take your bishop is simply because he spoils your pawn structure. Pawns are the skeleton, right, of any chess position. Pawns are the skeleton of any chess position. So you want to keep your pawn structure as stable as possible and develop with your pawn structure. If you develop your pawns in a very wrong manner, you stand the risk of destroying your chess position. So very nice idea here. He's simply trying to create an issue on his pieces on this side of the board. That's basically what's happening over here. But this guy is falling, right? So even though he's played bishop here, attacking me here, I can take this pawn. He doesn't do that. He's still thinking about his pawn structure even now. And now bishop takes. Bishop takes is key. Unless of course you want your opponent to develop your king for you, right? So you play rook takes, your opponent plays bishop takes, then you play king up. It's a way of developing your king since we're in an end game. So yeah. Okay, he's preventing the trade and he's using his opponent's energy against him, right? So now he's going to develop his pieces. He can even post his knight here, but I wonder if he's ever going to take this pawn. Oh, he's allowing. Yeah, why are you allowing your? This is what your opponent is trying to do, and you're allowing it. But he didn't push again. I think he's worried about allowing some entrances to his squares. Trade. I will definitely trade. I'm winning, so I'll trade. No matter the option you go for, you're giving your opponent the file, so you just trade. And I can castle, or better still, just play king up. Yeah, so you play king up, then you play king here. You have to be very careful because this rook could come into the position. You can block the position with your knight, but you don't want to do something like that, right? And now he castles, and now the rook comes here. He doesn't, so now offer a trade of rooks. Excellent, 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 excellent. And if you decline, this rook becomes active. So the question is, what do you want to happen to your position? You have to determine your position by yourself. And now if you run away, I think knight here is suitable. Get your knight to a very active square. I don't think it's a good idea to bring the rook up, at least not now. Yeah, so he retreats and the knight comes here. I don't think this trade is a good idea. I mean, I'm still winning, but I don't think this trade is a good idea. Yeah, Ludaking is not having a good day today. Okay. Knight here is very simple. I think his problem with that is that this move is possible, right? I don't think it's a big deal. Pawn push. Sorry, pawn push 2 squares. No, actually that doesn't work. Yeah, just bishop here, sorry. Oh, what am I saying? Actually, where should you move? Actually, yeah, I wasn't looking at that. Okay, so you have knight here. Yeah, you have knight here. Knight here defends the bishop and attacks his bishop. So now if he runs away, you can also develop your bishop, I think. Is that really the safety move here? I don't think so. Now bishop back, no. I think a better option here would have been to bring the king forward, right? You lose. Okay, now this comes in. I shouldn't have counted him out yet. Now it's looking more drawish. It's looking more and more drawish. So he's going to play rook here. I think after rook here, he's going to play pawn push because you don't want to allow that, right? Yeah, the king is very inactive. The kings are very inactive here. That's a nice move. Okay. I think he predicted something else. Yeah, okay. So now we're going knight here. Knight here to come here and attack the rook. And then maybe bring our knight this way, attacking this pawn. I'm still disconnected. Why am I always disconnected from chat? Okay. King h2, no, I went for a more complex variation, but you in a way open up the position in your advantage. So you play this, you attack the bishop, then you come here, you attack the knight, then you come here attacking the pawn, and then you can sort of stabilize your position with this. Sort of stabilize. Oh wait, I think I made a mistake in my calculation. Yeah, there's a knight defending that square. Yeah. Always learning, always learning. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm behind. King f2. Why? Oh, okay, it makes perfect sense now. What? Yeah, it makes perfect sense now, but yeah. Yeah, Ludaking is coming back. Yeah, now trading is not as good of an idea as it was in the past, but I still think you should trade. Your opponent has too much in your position. Yeah, I think trading is cool. Yeah, this was a desperado move. He wasn't calculating as much here. He felt that he needed to activate his king. He can't move his bishop anywhere because of the placement of the pieces. The knight and the rook cover the squares, right? So he felt he had to activate his king, but he can't activate his king this way, so he had to go this way, and that was a desperate move. So it explains it. Yeah, so rook takes it the only way, and now you can free your bishop. That's why I was supporting that move. And this bishop does a very good job of, okay, it doesn't do that job yet. If the bishop was here, it does that job of cutting the position. Ooh, do you really want to do this? Bishop versus knight, and there's play on both sides of the board. This is usually supported by for the bishop there. Sorry. So bishop here. Oh, okay, this is a draw. Yeah. It's a draw. What? Actually, I'm missing moves now. Okay, forwards. So now I play this move. No, yeah, I play a move like that. Or king up. Yeah, if king up, knight here, you just come back this way. And I think you get. I think the knight movement can just make a draw. Okay, so here, then the knight moves forward. Okay, he's attacking the bishop. I think trading makes this position drawn, right? Yeah. And then pawn push. Excellent. Now the question is, who runs into Zugzwang? I think white gets Zugzwang. White might still be winning. I love what white is doing. You should be smart here. Okay, he's preventing Zugzwang. That's actually a very nice move. Now you move your pawn 2 squares. No! You move your pawn 2 squares. Now you are. Oh no! No, you lost Zugzwang. Who is white? White is Wicked Bishop. Black is Ludaking. No, no. Now pawn push. Oh, and now you have to make a move with your king, and you lose to Zugzwang. It's that painful. Like, you should really understand Zugzwang. This was completely drawn or even winning for black, because in this position after this, now you quickly move pawn 2 squares, and your opponent is now the one who has to sacrifice one of his pieces for the position. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, this is now winning for white. It's now winning for white. That's the painful thing. So pawn push, and the point is not that you're going to promote this pawn. Nope, your king is going to mess up these guys. You can even do it now, right? Yeah, so if the king goes back, then you just see, who says I was coming there? Then you just move your king this way. You infiltrate the position. Okay, I mean, it still works. Pawn push again. Yeah, it still works, yeah. Here, and then you get into the shepherding position. I mean, both ideas work. So shepherding position, you can resign here. Yeah, so Ludaking loses, all because he doesn't understand Zugzwang. Right? It's just Zugzwang is what killed him. Right? It's Zugzwang that killed him. Zugzwang is what killed him. Zugzwang. It's a very simple. It's not a simple concept to understand, but it's a very simple thing that made him lose. Okay, let's see. Oh, what the hell? I thought you were a London system player. You're playing King's Indian Defense. This is a King's Indian Defense, but I don't remember how it's called. No, same-ish is with. No, this one the same-ish. I don't think this is the same-ish. I thought I was going to play the London system, but he didn't play the London system. Anyway, GameNigel, welcome to the stream. This is your first time here. Welcome to the stream. Pawn push is usually standard. I don't know about this position in particular though. Okay, he's preparing to push. Okay, so now I lock the position. So now we are having more of a King's Indian Defense kind of structure here. It's kind of different, but I think for black the ideas are the same. You want to play your knight here and you want to start progressing here. I think the bishop, yeah, the bishop, this is a very different position than what we are normally used to. Yeah, so I don't think that sacrifice line is actually good here. Okay, pawn push. Pawn push, you can set your king here. Hey, welcome. Okay, that's also fine. Now this is looking more like a piet, which I do play. The ideas usually are that white wants to break in the queen side. Normally, in chess strategy, the furthest pushed pawn determines where you should attack. So if you look at the board, the furthest pushed pawn for white is the d4 pawn, and that's towards the queen side. So usually white's aim to attack here is towards the queen side, and black's aim to attack here is towards the king side. That's usually the game plan here. But with the way the game structure is going right now, I'm not so sure he wants to go for that idea. Like knight here, pawn push. That's usually what you want to do. You want to get knight here, you want to play pawn push, lock the position up, and then pawn storm into your opponent's position. That's usually the idea you want to go for with the King's Indian Defense. Now, the reason why I'm saying that it's slightly different is because after you do all these pawn pushes, you want to sacrifice your bishop for this h3 pawn, break the position open, and you win. In case you want to find a very good game to understand everything I'm saying, look for the game Hikaru Nakamura versus Wesley So. I don't remember the year, but just write Hikaru Nakamura versus Wesley So, King's Indian Defense. It's a thematic game that is normally used to learn the King's Indian Defense. Very beautiful game. I think Nakamura won with a sacrifice. So yeah, it's very nice. So it's interesting to see how they are going to develop it here. So normally the move b4 here is very, very standard, right? You want to break open the queen side, and this queen should run away, right? I always say this, it's a chess principle, or it's chess advice. Whenever you see a queen on the same file as a rook, it doesn't matter even if there are 17 pieces on that file, the queen should leave that file. The file can open up so quickly, so quickly, and you would just be shocked that your queen is in a bad position, right? So you really want to open your eyes and see these type of things. Now that means that black is never going to take this way, but b4 is still an idea. I don't think you can. He's going h4 a5. He wants to break this structure. This move signifies that he wants to push his pawn, but why? Okay, white is moving his attack towards the king side, which is ill-advised. It's very ill-advised. I don't think he should do that. Yeah, so now b4 is not a possibility. Black is gaining ground. Black is gaining ground in this position. I believe that black is gaining serious ground in this position. Yeah, but okay. I mean, so do we reroute our knight this way? Like reroute our knight this way, or just reroute on our knight here? Knight on f8 can't be made, right? Knight on f8 can't be made, so maybe we can do something like that. It's very difficult to see what's going on here. This sacrifice is always possible. I think it's ill-advised where white is going with his attack. He doesn't have the space to do that. Okay, so what's this guy doing? Nothing. My sentiments exactly. What's the bishop doing there? Nothing. And this is I'll definitely take. This is ill-advised. This is very ill-advised. Very ill-advised as a chess player. He could win. I'm not saying he couldn't win, but this is very ill-advised as a chess player, right? Your opponents are so far advanced, right? And you are trying to create play on both sides of the board. As a chess player, you should know how to play on both sides of the board, but you do not create play on both sides of the board. Your pieces, like you don't have enough resources to attack both sides of the board at the exact same time, right? It's very difficult to do. It is possible, but it's very difficult to do. So this is a very ill-advised thing he's trying to do here, but it makes perfect sense to me what he's trying to do. He feels like black has locked him out of the queen side, so he has to do something on the king side. So he's going to aim for this square. The question is, how do you aim for this square, right? The only way I feel like you get anything out of this square is if black creates the weakness for you by pushing this pawn. But ideally, the knight is going to transfer itself. Hey, can the knight come in here? How does the knight come in here? Match of the day, I'm in love with you guys. Hey, I mean, it is a nice game. How do we get to this square? We need to be here or here or here. Okay, we can't get to this square. It's impossible. At least not now. Yeah, so like I said, he's going to target these squares. What is he doing? This is not the move. You need to keep this place defended. In case you don't understand, this guy has the liberty to make some moves, right? Bishop takes pawn push. Don't move the queen back. Don't allow the opponent to infiltrate. Don't allow him to infiltrate. Yeah, move it back. Because this move takes pawn push, right? If you don't have enough defenders on this square, you're in trouble. I said it's ill-advised, but I'm not saying it's a weak idea, right? Yeah, this game is difficult. I don't like what white is doing at all. I don't like it. The end game is going to be so terrible. But it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense, because if you take, I play pawn push. So if you take, I play bishop. Now the knight has to move. When the knight moves, I play pawn push. Yeah. The question is, the thing is that it can backfire. That's the point. It can backfire if he's not careful. It can really backfire. I just said the only way this thing works for white is if black complies by weakening his position, and black complies by weakening his position. Black is freaking complying. He's complying. You can play rook takes here, but it's still not so clear. I mean, you can't take this pawn as white. So check here. If king goes this way, you play pawn takes. You play pawn takes. I mean, you can even get a draw. You play pawn takes. In case you're not seeing it, yeah, pawn takes, and now you are threatening a sort of checkmate, right? But you have to defend this pawn first. So if your opponent plays rook takes, you should be very happy about that, right? Like I said, you should be very happy if your opponent plays rook takes. I would have played queen. I would have played queen, right? And if he plays queen here, I'll just hide my king this way. The point is, after what? Oh, okay. The position is falling, but I was looking at this move, right? The check is very deadly. I'm saying right a lot today. Yeah. Funny enough, white's king is safer than black's king. Black's king is safer than white's king. There's attack on both sides of the board, but you have to be careful. What's happening to the time? Why is the game taking too long? You see, this is a clear sign about what I was saying yesterday. This is literally how a 5+3 game is. It takes this long. It takes this long to play a 5+3 game. But you see a 5+3 game, and when both players have 4 minutes, and the game is over, and you've played about 30 moves. So they can't believe that the game is still going on. I don't think there's anyone is adding time for the other, but they can't believe the game is still going on because they think 5+3 is a long time control. It's a short time control, so it should end now. Let's see. Can he check for eternity? Check here. Check here. King comes here. Bishop comes in. Check. Black should be very careful what he's doing. I mean, he should be. White would try and get his king here, and I think if the king gets here, he's particularly safe. I think he's very safe if he gets there. Bishop here. Check. Bishop check, the king goes this way, and now you start pushing the pawn. Oh, he only needs a draw to qualify, so now you start pushing the pawns, right? No, you can't start pushing the pawns. This is you are now going to face the attack. No, you can't push the pawn, I think. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, your bases are covered, right? These are the squares your opponent needs to. Yeah, your bases are covered. You can actually push. Yeah, pushing the pawn is actually valid. Pushing the pawn is valid. So black should just push the pawn. Black should completely just push the pawn. 100% should just push the pawn. Where can white check and cause problems? Pawn push, bishop takes, no problem. Here, knight covers it. Here, knight covers it. Here, bishop covers it. Here, knight covers it. Here, knight covers it. Here, knight covers it. Queen defends knight, pawn push. He gives his opponent a new square to attack. Check. You don't do this. Right? You just play this. Now you've given your opponent chances to attack you. And now perpetual is possible, right? Why am I saying right like this? I don't say right a lot. Sincerely speaking, I don't say right a lot. What did he just do? He's offering the trade of queens. He's taking the trade of queen. I'm lost. Okay, you don't take the knight because you cement your opponent's pawn structure, and these two pass pawns are very deadly. You don't take it, just take your pawn and be free. Take the pawn and be free. Yeah, now pawn push, you play king here. Wait, actually no. Oh, that was not the move. Yeah, the bishop can't defend forever. Okay, so now pawn push here. Actually, now that the king is here, yeah, this game is a draw. This game is a draw. Yeah, very bad decision at the end there from Wicked Bishop. Very bad decision to bring the king up. Granted, time is low. I am seeing the move simply because I'm not under any pressure, right? And he lets his king come this way. Now this move, and he makes the wrong move. What is going on? Yeah, now you. What's simply happening here is that white is going to end up winning Zugzwang, right? And I see it right again. And now the king can infiltrate. This king can't do anything on these squares. Okay. You can't do anything. Bishop back here. This is a draw. Back and forth, back and forth. Just keep going back and forth. Yeah, it's a draw. Bishops of opposite color, it's a draw. They just keep moving back and forth. There's nothing you can do about the position. It's just back and forth. It's a draw. Yeah, so very bad. Very bad. Very bad here. Very bad decision making over here. Yeah, and locking the position. I think because I think black needs a draw to win or something like that. Yeah, black needs a draw. No, wicked bishop is black. Yeah, black needs a draw. So this move is just bad. It's not. I don't know how to put it. I just pawn push in this position, and I think he's okay. Yeah, but the transformation of the position is very bad, and now it's a draw. How did this happen? He tried to force the situation. There's nothing here. Oh my god. White, black is now winning. Black is winning. Sacrifice, yes. Takes. Yes, how do you stop this? How do you stop this? This bishop cannot infiltrate with the queen in square. Oh. Well, that's a wrap for that game. That's a wrap for that game, sincerely speaking. It was a draw. He tried to push where there was nothing to push for. He tried to push where there was nothing to push for. Just keep cycling your bishop back and forth, right? Just keep cycling your bishop back and forth. Your queen does a good job of defending the position. If you play, for example, bishop here and he plays pawn push, you simply come here. Your king does a good job of preventing the other king, and now you just keep cycling. Just keep cycling. Just keep cycling. Actually, maybe not. No, actually, still losing. Actually, yeah. Give me a second. Let me check this. I think he's still losing. Unless, of course, I'm not looking at the right moves. Oh yes. You cycle this way rather. Yeah, unless, of course, let me just get the engine support. I think you cycle this way. Yeah, you cycle that way. So you can cycle this way and you are still fine. Yeah, but if you cycle this way, I think you're making a mistake, right? Because after pawn push, if you play king here, and I think you go this way. What was I calculating here? I was calculating something along the lines of, if you take, I want to make a random move here, but this is just bad. Black has to make a move. He can't make a move with his king, so he comes back here. And I was thinking if you play takes here, then you are in trouble. But the engine is saying it's still a draw. I was thinking that allowing this is actually bad, but the engine still thinks it's a draw. I mean, that depends on the players, but I don't know. I think this is more scary than any other thing.